Multiversus, 9 hours ago, developer update. A lot of folks assumed the worst for Multiversus, that, you know, they took the money and ran kind of situation, but it was always pretty clear that, you know, just as some perspective, Multiversus was extremely popular when it came out, and then weaning levels of popularity over time because the game just got like worse and worse and worse. And I don't mean like gameplay wise. The game's functionality got worse and worse and worse. Like the netcode started having issues and the matchmaking had issues. And even though they were adding stuff to the game, it was like, all right, something is going on. They had to make it obvious the game was in a beta. It was always in a beta, and it was not a full game yet. It was more like a concept of the game that they could release. And seemingly, since it's WB, you know, they probably forced them to keep the game online because there was literally hundreds of thousands of people playing and hundreds of thousands of people like spending money on skins and stuff like that. And this is a frequent thing that happens with free-to-play games that have a very big launch, is that they're not ready for the success, and their small team of folks that are developers, like making content for the game, now have to turn into like a live operations, just keeping the game functional and online, which is a completely different, very large effort that should not just be subsidized by like people doing other stuff. I'm glad to see that they're in a situation here where they got ample time to turn the game into something. And I'm curious how much of that something they're actually going to show.
Is there coffee?
Settle,
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get to work.
Okay, ready to roll?
Get centered. Shoot.
Sound.
Those are characters.
Quiet.
Camera.
Scene one, take one, mark.
Camera set. And
Action.
Hi everyone, I'm Tony, game director of Multiversus and co-founder of Player First Games. I'm excited to share that our
I've been to this room.
platform fighter, Multiversus, is launching on May 28th.
I am
May
Since
28th.
heard your
Okay.
feedback, we've learned a lot from our open beta. We've been hard at work, and we'd like to give you a sneak peek of what we've been up to. From day one, we set out to make a game that not only packs a punch, but makes a mark.
Is that
on
running
the game
slower?
We love.
Huh?
Here at PFG, it's always been our aspiration to
Weird.
make a platform fighter that you'll love as much as we
Yeah,
do.
is it slow?
We've been
Is
working hard on
the
a variety
footage
of
slowed
changes and
down?
Updates to deliver an improved gameplay experience. So let's get into it. A core aspect of Multiversus is our wealth of iconic characters in the game, with fun-filled competition set against a backdrop of reimagined universes and environments.
Yeah, the characters look
I'm happy to
larger
say
too.
We'll be adding some really exciting, brand new personalities to the roster, along with more stages from worlds we have yet to explore.
Another foe for me to crush.
We moved to Unreal Engine 5, which will improve
Oh,
the game's
wow.
visuals and character lighting. So in other words,
Okay.
cheese sandwiches have never looked better.
Pastrami online.
Yeah, dude, the characters are huge now. They look like they're embiggened.
Round up to support our new netcode, to provide consistent, world-class online play. So every hit, dodge, and battering will be delivered with pinpoint accuracy.
This looks a bit more accurate.
Consistent
That
game
speed looks
performance,
about
No
right.
matter what platform you're playing on, there'll be new attacks and combat mechanics for each character, putting more skill expression in your hands.
I'm seeing a lot more animation in between.
See what you come up with.
The balance
A lot of animation polish.
is restored.
One of the things we're most excited to announce is a brand new PvE mode that'll offer a new way to play outside of competitive PvP. This new
Oh.
mode will introduce additional ways of playing with unique rewards.
Oh. Oh, that's good.
I'm ready.
Co-op PvE, that's a good call.
We're thrilled to announce that we'll soon be launching the Illudium Q36 explosive space modulator that'll destroy the Earth once and for all.
Marvin, stop hacking the
Your
teleprompter.
gadgets mean nothing, Earthman.
Take three, mark.
This is a small glimpse of what we have in store for Multiversus. We'll be sharing a lot more details in the coming weeks.
All right.
From all of us at Player First Games and Warner Brothers Games, we cannot wait to play Multiversus with you on May 28th. Until then,
No characters, right?
End.
guys, I wasn't done.
Yeah. Yeah. Going to UE5 and fixing the netcode is a pretty decent reason to shut it down for how they did. Dude, they shut it down because it wasn't a game. It was always supposed to be a beta that would go down. It was said that from the beginning. The problem is the WB-ness of it was already trying to sell you things. And it was already so successful in a beta phase that it comes out with like season passes and stuff like that to transfer over. That is the problem. The problem is that it launched with all these things that you could buy, the WB-ness, and then now that has to be transferred over like a year later or something like that. So yeah, that is 100%. That's the problem. It wasn't the fact that, you know, the game's in a beta and it just goes down. No. There was clearly never a full game. The WB-ness of it all, with it being a free-to-play game, is like the scariest part, right? That is easily the most frightening part of Multiversus, is the way WB has been handling a lot of decisions with a lot of different games. So yeah, granted, that's scary, but if you can still just like not commit hard to this and then just play it, and it's free to play and you get access to like things as normal, that's good. Like it's an accessible game. It reaped the benefits and rewards of being a free-to-play game when it came out. It did, for sure. It's still arguably the most people playing a fighting game documented ever in terms of actual stats and shit. So, I mean, I hope for the best. I really do. It's just, it was clear that they were put into a corner. And will Multiversus ever be able to captivate people as much as it did at launch? I don't think so. And that's the challenge of games that are like this. They're like, hey, here's a free thing, check it out, go play it, and then people love it, and then they just do not have the staff to keep it going. I think they've missed that opportunity, but there is a chance for them to get people back on their side again and at least recoup a lot of that audience that wasn't there before. The one thing I don't agree with this footage is that some of it looks really slowed down, dude. I think this is specifically running at like quarter less speed. They did this also in some of the previous trailers, and then later on it looks pretty good. This is also looking like it's running at like quarter speed, quarter less speed, and then here this looks about normal. Sometimes it's odd. I'm wondering if it this was again the exact same thing that happened with Multiversus trailers before the game came out, is that they were slowing down the footage so that you could see the animations better. And it is nice. The animations do look better. I think they do. It's just, I'm confused, but what the actual speed of the game is. Like, what the heck is actually, how quickly is it going to be? I will say also, probably the best call in a game like this that's also free to play is PvE. I will scream to the heavens that there is ways to get your audience to play fighting games multiplayer without it just being fighting other people. And that is put in modes that allow you to team up with your friends and do cool shit with each other. So hearing that there's a PvE mode of some kind where you can like, oh, go in with your friends and go whack shit around, like a spirits mode from Smash that allows you to team up with a friend, that would be incredibly cool. Subspace Emissary, like whatever. If there's a mode that allows you to have friends and then do cool stuff with each other, I think in any fighting game that is stupid fun. And it started all the way back in like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and shit, where you can cross fever mode, get on teams with friends and do cool shit. It goes all the way back to Dramatic Battle, like Alpha 1. So it's like, yeah, I love those modes. Dragon Ball had raid stuff. It went over really well. People enjoyed it. That was a very good call. And in a game like this that's free to play and not everybody's just going to want to deal with matchmaking and netcode and all this kind of stuff, even though it is getting better, they're saying, putting stuff like that into the game and incentivizing it is a great freaking idea. But you got to look out for that WB-ness. It's always looming in the background.